To Be Like Jesus, written by Ellen G. White.
Let no one despise your youth, but be an example to the believers in word, in conduct, in love, in spirit, in faith, in purity.
Enjoying Good Health, October 21st. Obey nature's law to enjoy health.
Let no one despise your youth, but be an example to the believers in word, in conduct, in love, in spirit, in faith, in purity. 1 Timothy 4, verse 12.
There is not one of 1,000, married or unmarried, who realizes the importance of purity of habits in preserving cleanliness of the body and purity of thoughts. Sickness and disease is the sure consequence of disobedience to nature's law and the neglect of the law of life and health. It is the house in which we live that we need to preserve, that it may do honor to God, who has redeemed us. We need to know how to preserve the living machinery, that our soul, body, and spirit may be consecrated to His service.
As rational beings, we are deplorably ignorant of the body and its requirements. While the schools we have established have been taken up the study of physiology, they have not taken hold of the matter with that decided energy which they should. They have not practiced intelligently that which they have received in knowledge, and they do not realize that unless it is practiced, the whole body will decay.
Notwithstanding all the light shining forth from the scriptures on this subject, notwithstanding the lessons given in the history of Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, notwithstanding the result of plain helpful diet, there is little regard for the lessons penned by those inspired of God. The dietetic habits of the people generally are neglected. There is an increase of tobacco using, liquor drinking, and subsisting on flesh meat.
You are the Lord's property, by His creation and by His redemption. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. The law of self-respect for the property of the Lord is here brought to view, and this would lead respect for the obligations which every human being is under to preserve the living machinery that is so fearfully and wonderfully made. This living machinery is to be understood. Every part of its wonderful mechanism is to be carefully studied. Self-preservation is to be practiced.
The transgression of the physical law is the transgression of God's law. Our Creator is Jesus Christ. He is the author of our being. He has created the human structure. He is the author of physical laws as He is the author of moral laws. And human beings who are careless and reckless of the habits and practices that concern their physical life and health sin against God.
Let no one despise your youth, but be an example to the believers in word, in conduct, in love, in spirit, in faith, in purity. Join us tomorrow for another devotional reading by God's grace. Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in good health, even as the soul prospereth.